Did you know there's a city, a real, functioning city, hidden deep inside a mountain? No, this isn't a plot from a sci-fi movie. This place is real, and it's one of the most fascinating engineering marvels on the planet. Today, we're journeying deep into the heart of the Cheyenne Mountain Complex in Colorado, USA. This is the story of a city built to survive the unthinkable. So, picture this. It's the height of the Cold War. Tensions are sky high, and the threat of a nuclear attack is a very real, everyday fear. The United States needed a command center that could withstand a direct hit, a place where its military leadership could continue to operate even in a worst-case scenario. Where do you build such a fortress? The answer was simple yet brilliant. You don't build it on the ground, you build it in the ground, deep inside a solid granite mountain. In 1961, construction began on this monumental project. For 5 years, workers blasted and tunneled their way into Cheyenne Mountain. They excavated over 700,000 tons of granite. That's enough rock to fill a football stadium nearly to the top. They weren't just digging a tunnel. They were carving out a cavernous space large enough to hold a small city. The goal was to create a self-contained, self-sufficient world, completely sealed off from the outside. So what does a city inside a mountain actually look like? Well, it's not what you might imagine with open-air streets and parks. The complex consists of a series of chambers and tunnels housing 15 separate buildings. And here's the mind-blowing part. None of these buildings actually touch the rock walls of the mountain. They are all mounted on massive steel springs, each weighing about 1,000 pounds. There are over 1,300 of these springs in total. Why? To absorb the shock of a nuclear blast. If the mountain shakes, the city inside simply sways gently on its springs, like a cradle. It's an incredible feat of earthquake-proof, or rather, bomb-proof engineering. Getting into this city is like something out of a spy thriller. You travel down a long tunnel that leads to a pair of massive steel doors. Each door is over 3 feet thick and weighs 25 tons. To give you an idea of how heavy that is, it's like 2 school buses stacked on top of each other. These doors are designed to withstand a 30 megaton nuclear explosion from just a mile away. Once those doors hydraulically swing shut, the complex is completely sealed off from the outside world. It becomes its own biosphere. Inside, it's a fully operational facility. For decades, it was the nerve center for NORAD, the North American Aerospace Defense Command. This is where they watched the skies for any incoming threats, from enemy bombers to ballistic missiles. The famous big screen from movies like War Games was a reality here, displaying real-time data from satellites and radar stations all over the world. The fate of the world literally hung on the information processed within these granite walls. But a city needs more than just command centers, it needs life support. Cheyenne Mountain has its own power plant, its own water supply, and its own air filtration system. It has 4 underground lakes, or reservoirs, that hold millions of gallons of water. This isn't just for drinking. It's also used for cooling the massive computer systems. The air quality is carefully managed, with a complex system that can filter out chemical, biological, and even radiological contaminants. In essence, it has its own lungs, its own heart, and its own circulatory system. And what about the people who work there? At its peak, hundreds of military personnel and civilians worked inside the mountain around the clock. To support them, the complex had everything a small town would need. There was a medical facility complete with a dental office and a physical therapy clinic. There was a gym, a chapel, a barbershop, and a cafeteria that served thousands of meals a day. They even had their own small store, like a mini supermarket. It was designed so that up to 1,000 people could live and work there for 30 days, completely cut off from the rest of humanity, without needing any outside supplies. One of the most surprising things about life inside the mountain is the constant temperature. Because it's so deep underground, it maintains a steady 58 degrees Fahrenheit, or about 14 degrees Celsius year-round. It's also incredibly quiet, except for the constant hum of the ventilation systems. Workers would often talk about losing all track of time. Without windows, there's no day or night, no sense of changing weather. It's a truly unique and somewhat disorienting environment. So, is this secret city still in use today? The answer is yes, but its role has changed. In 2006, the primary day-to-day operations of NORAD moved to a nearby Air Force base. It was more cost-effective and practical for daily work. However, Cheyenne Mountain remains fully operational as a backup command center. It's kept in a warm standby state. This means that if a major crisis were to occur, the entire command operation could be moved back inside the mountain and be fully functional within hours. The 25-ton doors are ready to close at a moment's notice. The complex has also found a second life in popular culture. It's been featured in countless movies and TV shows, most famously as the home of the Stargate Command in the Stargate SG-1 series. This has turned the once top-secret facility into a bit of a pop culture icon, a symbol of ultimate security and sci-fi adventure. While you can't just book a tour and walk in, its legend has grown far beyond its granite walls. The Cheyenne Mountain Complex is more than just a military base. It's a testament to human ingenuity and our instinct for survival. It was born from the fears of a generation, a concrete and steel solution to an existential threat. It's a place where science fiction meets reality, a city built to outlast the end of the world. The thought of tunneling into a mountain and building a self-sustaining world is just incredible. It makes you wonder what other secret projects are hidden away from public view, waiting to be discovered. The world has changed since the Cold War, and the nature of threats has evolved. But the legacy of Cheyenne Mountain endures. It stands as a silent guardian, a fortress of solitude ready to spring back to life if needed. It's a powerful reminder of a time when the world held its breath, and a symbol of the incredible lengths we will go to in order to protect ourselves. A city inside a mountain, a concept so audacious, it's hard to believe it's real, but it is, silently waiting, deep inside the heart of Colorado. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey deep underground. What do you think is the most amazing part about this hidden city? Let me know down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the world's most fascinating places. Until next time, stay curious.